Yeah, but how frugal can you be, right?
Frugal, let's say you're the best frugal person and you save 100%.
Yeah,
It's still a dying system.
yeah,
It's still a dying system. And this sort of misconception is missing in the market. And we need to understand why these things happen and where the subtle differences that an average person, if they understand where this change needs to happen, then they can get that financial freedom. So, it's important to, when I train people and I talk to them, the very first thing I do before I train them on trading or anything like that is try to understand, where's the cash coming from? What are you doing with the cash? And will doing something like trading or becoming an influencer or whatever you're trying to do, is that cash going to solve your problem? It's not. It's just a bigger problem with a bigger rising expense because your lifestyle is going to increase. You ever heard of two people getting the same salary and one does really well in life and the other one's like, I don't understand. I have the same income as that guy. Why am I struggling while that guy is thriving? How's that possible? So obviously saving is not the answer, right? So saving has some benefits, but at the end of the day, if you understand the price of cash is going down, and because cash is going down, buying the same iPhone is going to cost you more, not because the iPhone went up. It could be just because the value of the cash went down. So if whatever savings you have is worth less and less over time, and this stays stagnant, it doesn't increase in price, stays stagnant, it's still going to be more expensive for you. But if your cash goes less, do you think the makers of this phone, their cash is dying also?
yeah,
Their cash is also dying. So what are they going to do? The place where they buy the manufacturing, their cash is also dying. So they're going to raise the price. He's going to raise his price. And you have a cash that's dying, and this is going up in price. Nobody actually did anything, but you're further away from affordability. People just say, oh, inflation. Okay, but do you understand inflation is at 3%? You're not losing 3%. You're losing 3 plus whatever the other people have to raise their price. You're losing that gap. So you might be losing at a 6 to 10% rate on a year by year basis. That is death. That is death. As hard as you work, you will never be able to be, financially free. And I think it's very important to solve this issue and train people to understand this thing. This is why I want to make sure you guys understand this first before we introduce this to further people, to say there is a way to do this, but the current process, the current system that's out there in the world, it's not a financially free model.